Just who is in charge of the Batman these days, and when will we see him on the big screen again? Well, back in September, in an article over at EW.com, Matt Reeves was talking about all things Batman. The first movie, the Penguin series, possible other spin-offs that just might come. He also confirmed that the script for the Batman 2 was finished. It was finished and everyone's preparing to begin production at the start of the new year. That news couldn't have come at a better time because people are wanting to see the Caped Crusader on the big screen again. I mean, he is the most popular comic book character within the DC universe. Hell, the entire comic book universe for that matter. And so Bat fans across the world were elated that the Batman 2 was finally going to see the light of day. And then, well, Matt Reeves got gunned down. When James Gunn was asked about the script being finished over on X, little Jimmy had this to say. I think that report, while well-intentioned, was mistaken. What in the hell is that supposed to mean? I mean, is it done or isn't it? Reeves is a pretty competent filmmaker, in my opinion. He proved his DC worth with the Batman and the Penguin series. I mean, so much so that WB's letting him do his own thing within the DC Elseworlds domain, even while James Gunn is trying to build his tiny little DC universe. So I ask you, why is James Gunn stepping all over Matt Reeves? Why is he even answering questions for him? Reeves is a big boy, let him speak for himself. Personally, I think that Reeves' success with his growing Batman universe irks the living hell out of little Jimmy Gunn. I mean, why else would he make a comment like this one when asked why he's speaking for Reeves on social media? He said, I am the co-CEO with Peter Safran of DC Studios. Everything DC in film, television, and video games is under our umbrella, whether it's DCU or Elseworlds. That's why you'll see me answering questions about various DC projects. So, in other words, it's little Jimmy Gunn's sandbox, and if you don't like it, well, you can blow it out your ass.
Blow it out your ass.
Matt Reeves succeeded with the Batman. He blew people away with the Penguin, and, well, quite frankly, I think WB wants more. Hell, the fans want more. Why wouldn't they? DC's only success since Zack Snyder walked away has been Matt Reeves. What's Gunn given besides a horrible remake of the Suicide Squad and the trash humor fest known as Peacemaker? Now, true, Creature Commandos, it's right around the corner, which seems at this point to be nothing but an animated copy of, well, the Suicide Squad. It's the same premise. And then nothing until July. All the talk, all the hoopla, all the kudos, all the media-induced positive hype within the DC world so far this year has been about Reeves' Elseworlds projects. And for a narcissistic, self-centered, pouty little man-child like Gunn, well, it has to just be chapping the living hell out of his tiny little sphincter. Because I don't think it was part of his master plan. Now, we already know that David Zaslav doesn't want a bunch of different versions of Batman running around the DCU, and it's been heavily rumored that he does want Pattinson's Batman to be the DCU Batman because of Reeves' success. I think Gunn just wants Reeves to get on with it, get it over, and get the hell out of his way. I mean, why else would he have said recently that he's in no rush to debut the DCU's Batman? Well, except for that Shadow Bat that's supposed to pop up in Creature Commandos next month. When asked about when The Brave and the Bold was going to be made, he said there's no timeline for anything. Until we have a screenplay that I'm totally happy with, that movie's not going to be made, no matter what it is. Now, have you ever noticed when anyone asks little Jimmy about anything related to DC, no matter who is heading up the project, it's always about him. As in me, 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 me. I mean, in one of the statements I posted earlier, he said that he is co-CEO with Peter Safran, meaning that they run things together. And then in this last statement, he says a screenplay that I'm totally happy with. The man is a conversational narcissist. He always steers conversations back to himself. Then he shows very little interest in what others have to say and always dominates every discussion with his own experiences and opinions. Eesh. And so I ask you, is there a tug of war going on between James Gunn and Matt Reeves? Is Gunn stepping on Reeves' toes when it comes to his script for the Batman 2? A little sabotage, maybe. Or maybe it's simply that Zaslav truly does insist on Pattinson becoming the Batman for the DCU, and so some agreement or changes need to be made in order for things to gel and or fit. Batman 2 is supposed to be released in October of 2026, unless, of course, the script is being reworked. Batman Brave and the Bold, well, who in the hell knows? Obviously not James Gunn, or so he claims. I still hold to the fact that Gunn wants his very own Batman, one that he himself creates, meaning he wants to make the choice of just who plays him and how he walks, how he talks, what type of baggy bat suit he will eventually wear. Now, sure, Andy Muschietti is supposed to direct the film, a decision that I think is utterly insane after the mess that he made out of The Flash. I mean, remember that horrid bat suit he made for Affleck that he wore in the film? The chest plate looked like it was made out of an old open George Foreman grill, and the cowl looked like he always smelled something bad, which was probably the script. But if Muschietti does direct, and I doubt that he will, or I hope that he doesn't anyways, you can bet your boots that James Gunn will decide who plays the Batman. And I still think it will be Chris Pratt. Unless, of course, Zaslav pulls rank and Pattinson becomes the DCU's one and only Batman. And if that happens, I don't think little Jimmy Gunn will like it very damn much. Especially if Matt Reeves still maintains some type of control over the character and how he's being played. What if Reeves was pegged to direct Batman Brave and the Bold instead of Muschietti? Holy cow! That could be interesting, but I don't see that happening any more than I see Pattinson becoming the DCU's one and only Batman. Not in James Gunn's world, not in his sandbox, ain't no way, no how, not in me land. That's it for now, my friends. Who do you think will finally take control of the Batman in the DCU? Matt Reeves? James Gunn? Both? Will David Zaslav step in and decide? Will Muschietti direct the Brave and the Bold? I freaking hope not. Feel free to leave any comments you have in the section down below. And if you like today's show, why don't you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. As always, thanks for watching. God bless. Socks out.